Hello and welcome to Marketing Mondays. I'm Ob, your chief cultivator here at Dandelion Branding. We are on a mission to make sustainability part of mainstream conversations. Every first and third Wednesday, we share sustainability stories you might have missed on the podcast Environmental with Dandelion, but I am here live every second and fourth Monday to help you tell your sustainability story even better. Because marketing for sustainability is different than marketing for a typical brand, and you need to know that if you're going to grow your sustainable business. I typically focus on a specific niche with these, but today I wanted to go a bit broader, right? So we're going to talk about how to market your sustainable brand in a politically charged environment. It's a hot topic. I am getting these questions from my clients and other folks that come ask us questions. Before I jump in, please head down to the comments and let me know the largest political issue that your brand is facing or that is interested in talking about. So not you in particular, but your brand. Oh, obviously, I'm here to talk about sustainability. So yeah, the world is very politically sensitive right now, and sustainability is a hot button item. I don't really think it should be. We all share this one singular planet, but here we are. So we know that on both sides of the aisle, people care about sustainability. That's not in question, right? But just not really in the same way as each other. I mean, just think about it in terms of like purchasing behavior, okay? Some people are of the like save your jars, fix stuff, and reuse camp, while others are the like buy only new sustainable items, and there are still more folks that are only secondhand shoppers. So in that same way that you need to understand your customers' purchasing behaviors, you also need to understand how their political leanings might impact the way they interact with your brand. So I'm here with 5 tips to keep your head above water when things get a little political. Number 1, share your views while being sensitive to your audience. So your brand has a unique voice, a unique perspective, and you do need to share it if you want to grow. I will never say anything else. You will never hear me say, shut up. Don't share your values. Don't share your perspective. I think it's really important. If we allow brands to fall prey to the green hush, we won't grow in a sustainable way. Our world won't transition to a more sustainable space. But your goal here in a way is to create a bigger tent, not shrink your audience. So while I think you can be open about your values, you can do it in a way that isn't inflammatory or calling specific people out, unless that's your brand. The caveat here is that you need to know and actually have it written down about the issues that your brand should speak out about. It is very, very, very easy to get riled up with a lot of the things happening in the world right now. I know we regularly do on Environmental with Dandelion, but you need to be able to differentiate between what you care about and what your brand talks about. So drop in the comments, can you right now differentiate between a political or environmental justice that you care about that your brand maybe doesn't care about as much or wouldn't speak on specifically? That distinction is really important. One brand that's really great at this is the Green Program. Shout out to them. We do have this conversation regularly. They are really good at openly sharing their views and values in a way that creates real leaders. instead of just like randomly winning arguments. That's not their goal. They create sustainability leaders. And so they share their values in a way that doesn't alienate people. It's phenomenal to watch, actually. Okay, tip number 2, vet everything, all your claims with citable research. This isn't the first time. It's not going to be the last time I'm going to say this to you, because we live in a world with a lot of misinformation. So here, facts are your most powerful currency. Do not get caught up in making claims that you can't back up with research from citable sources, unless you're then going to go, in my opinion. We're going to talk about the difference between claims and opinion in my next live, but in here, we're just going to talk about claims. Make sure you can back them up. Claims, this is because claims are fodder for divisiveness, and it makes it really easy for a brand, for people to pick apart a brand and not trust them at all anymore if you make a claim that you can't back up. Things can get so petty and nasty really, really fast after that. Okay, guys. So just cite your research. Now, this is also really important when it comes to fighting greenwashing and the green hush, citing your sources. But if your business is swimming in political waters, being able to back yourself up has never been more vital than it is right now. A brand that does really well at this is Earthly Education. They always share where their information comes from, why it matters, like what makes it relevant. And that really acts as a shield against political arguments. I wouldn't say a shield against political arguments, actually. I would say it acts as a shield for their brand to be able to say, this is where I got this information. But it builds a lot of trust with their audience, because they're not just coming out of their ass saying whatever they want. They're backing it up with citable resources. It builds trust. It's good stuff. Tip number 3 is to be open about your challenges. Again, this is something that I've covered before. It's even more important here. You don't want to let haters or political opposites get to your story first. Believe me when I tell you that every single thing you do can be twisted. And I know that that sounds really scary if it happens, if you're in the line of fire in a political way, or just in like you make a misstep. Hey, missteps happen. That's okay. But it is a lot better to be on the offensive than to come off defensive or shady. Being transparent and talking about your challenges before anyone else does cuts that off right away. You can be like, yeah, I already have a blog article about it. Here's the truth of the matter. Don't get it twisted. This is how you really control that narrative and build an honest relationship with your audience that's based on commitment and not perfection. I think that this is really important, especially in 2025. No one is perfect. We're all learning a lot, and you should share how your challenges impact your business and how it fuels your ambition to get better. A really great example of this is Everlane. So they are actually known for their commitment to transparency and have used that platform to be open about what they still need to do and achieve on their sustainability journey. They are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, although our friends over at EcoStylist did give them a passing score when they reevaluated the brand this year. So congratulations to Everlane, because EcoStylist does not play. They're fantastic. Anyway, Everlane uses the fact that they're so transparent and that they aren't perfect to build a lot of trust. Tip number 4, this is probably my favorite one. Stay strong in your beliefs and your sustainability story. This goes hand in hand with that last one, actually with all of them in communications in general. Do not waver. Do not stop sharing your truth. When you stay true to your mission, you bring in people who genuinely resonate with your story and who will go to bat for you so that you don't have to be like, I know you're coming at me, but like, you don't have to defend yourself. Your fans will defend you on their own. It's great. Just stay honest. Stay true to your truths, you know? Plus, being able to say my story hasn't changed in years is so powerful, especially in this like increasingly political world where we're seeing all of this conflicting information all the time running across our desks. That's very stressful. Being able to say like, my story hasn't changed. Dandelion Branding story hasn't changed. We've been on a mission to bring sustainability to mainstream conversations since 2019. Aside from pushing my own brand, Patagonia is really good at this. They've been absolutely unwavering in their dedication for so long that they are literally a pillar in the sustainability community. Actually, what I appreciate about Patagonia is that they also aren't afraid to learn and change about their brand as information is evolving. So they didn't like choose a mission and choose a story and then that's it for 40 years. They have so actively been evolving. Their mission is still the same, but they do a really great job of moving with the times and staying informed about how to make things that last and matter and their durability, what sustainability actually means. Tip number 5, this is the last one and might be the hardest one. If you get hate, take the high road, okay? The more you feed the trolls, the hungrier they get. The more you feed the trolls, the hungrier they get. So unfortunately, this world is rife with mean people. You don't have to meet them where they are. You don't have to shout down at them. So engaging with hate only distracts from your mission and your message. The best response is to stay calm and be a source for that solution. Sometimes this has the opposite impact. People have behaviors, they get angrier and angrier when you aren't rising to their challenge, but that is what inflammatory media does. By staying on the high road and not backing down, you can make the impact that we really need to see in the world, especially if you're following the other things like not making claims, citing your sources, staying transparent, telling the truth. Anyway, a really good example of where this is happening in the world right now is in the UN plastic talks. They've been going through this shit for 3 years, and they're fighting against new virgin plastic production, and they're not backing off. They're also not screaming and shouting in those rooms, though, which I imagine would be so hard because, how hard is it just to be like, we shouldn't make new plastic. We have enough plastic we can recycle for a long time. And everybody else is like, yeah, okay, that's a great idea. But that's not what's happening. But they're not fighting about it. They are just staying true to what they're doing and working towards a solution that actually makes a huge difference in the transition to a more sustainable future. Shout out to the folks doing that in that room. They just keep showing up to the table. So those are my tips. Here's to recap. In a world that feels more divided than ever, your brand's greatest asset is authenticity. I know it's cliche, but by staying strong in your own beliefs and backing up your claims with facts, leading with empathy, gasp, empathy, you can build a community that trusts you and build a business that absolutely thrives at the same time. It is possible, I promise. Here's the TLDR. on my tips when you're in a politically charged environment. 1. Share your views while staying sensitive to the political views and motivations of your audience. 2. Vet everything, cite your claims, cite your sources. 3. Be open about the challenges that you face. Tackle them head on. 4. Stay strong in your beliefs and your sustainability story. And 5. If and when you get hate, take the high road. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is actually a pretty general post because this is a pretty general live because there is so much happening in the world right now. If you have specific questions about how to navigate a politically charged conversation for your brand, not your life, please, but your brand, or that you want to hear more about a specific sustainable type of sustainable business, please drop a comment or send me an email at aubrey@dandelionbranding.com. Not everybody wants to leave a YouTube comment, I know. Please let me know if you liked this one. I know it's a bit different than normal, but do that by just pushing that little like button. It's pretty easy. And of course, subscribe if you're even a little bit eco-curious, because we've got sustainability stuff coming for you every week here on Dandelion Branding. And I will see you next time.